Today, I want us to talk about growth, but we are going to look at it differently. I know, just saying we're going to be talking about growth might make some of you roll your eyes. You might be thinking, growth? Really? We need a whole video about growth? Maybe you already feel like you know what growth is. Maybe you think this is going to be one of those talks that say a lot and at the same time says nothing. But believe me, at the end of this video, you are going to have a lot to think about. There is information about growth that may have been sitting right in front of us all this time. Information that matters if we want to understand oneness, not just as a nice idea, but as a real state of being. A lot of people say they want unity. They say they want to bring humanity back together. But when you really listen, sometimes what they're offering is just dualism with better packaging. The concepts they uphold nourish separateness. Bear in mind that dualism creates the divide in the first place. So dualism cannot be the thing that reunites. Now, I'm not saying that dualism is useless. It has a purpose. It gives us a sense of separation. And that sense of separation helps us build identity. It helps us become self-aware. It helps us take responsibility. It helps us become accountable. So yes, dualism has value, but only to a point. After a while, it stops helping and it starts limiting. It becomes like staying in elementary school when you are meant to go further. Elementary school is good. It matters. But if you stay there forever, it blocks your growth. Advanced education is not achieved in elementary school. In the same way, if you want oneness, we have to be willing to move beyond what fuels division. And what fuels division is dualism. Okay, let's talk about growth. And let's begin with the widely accepted, which is growth is the increase of a parameter. You can grow in knowledge, you can grow in wealth, you can grow in height, you can grow in wisdom and judgment and awareness. And the list goes on and on. But whatever kind of growth we're talking about, one thing stays the same. Growth means more than before. That means growth has to show up. It must manifest itself. Something cannot remain exactly the same and still be said to have grown. If you had $5 and now you have 10, that's growth, isn't it? There's been an increase. Something changed. And because it changed, your option changed too. With $10, you can do more than you could with 5. That's what growth looks like. Now, take that idea and bring it into the spiritual realm. Every level of consciousness, every level of awareness has its own expression. A person with limited awareness is going to move differently from a person with greater awareness. And if you're really grown in wisdom, in knowledge, in consciousness, in awareness, it will show. Your growth is going to manifest itself. It will show in how you speak. It will show in how you act. It will show in what you can do. It will show in how you treat others. Real growth doesn't stay hidden forever. It shows up. Let's stay with the money example for a second. If $10 could only do what $5 can do, then what would be the point of calling it $10? The difference matters. In the real world, $10 has more purchasing power than $5. It can do more. And that same principle applies to consciousness. If everything in the cosmos was exactly the same, there would be no need for growth, no learning, no experimentation, no trial and error, no development. But growth makes space for all of that. It allows consciousness, awareness, logic, reason, reflection, and sound judgment to exist in degrees. And if there are degrees, then there must be different manifestations. Every degree shows up differently. Otherwise, the degree doesn't really matter. Here's the part our dualistic nature may not want to accept. If consciousness exists in degrees, then lower states of consciousness can manifest in ways that are disturbing, frightening, and sometimes bizarre. And that can be hard to sit with. But think about it like this. Someone making $5 a week is not living the same life as someone making $500 a week. They are not operating from the same level of purchasing power. They are not showing up the same way. The person making $5 may be in survival mode. They may be struggling. Their options may be extremely limited. That may not be a manifestation we like, but it exists, although we do not like it. And the truth is, you don't get to 500 without moving through 5. You don't skip numbers, you go through them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Every stage matters because every stage is part of the process. Every stage becomes the foundation on which another stage is built. We cannot arrive at 10 if the representations of 4 and 6 have been eliminated. Every number is an important part of the whole if we need to arrive at 10. None is more important than the other. They share equal importance. It is the same with the vast cosmos. It cannot arrive at its highest state without moving through its lower states. Even if the lower states are dense, scary, and bizarre. To the cosmos, the states share equal importance. That does not mean we will perceive our state of consciousness and awareness as ideal for us. Some may be unfavorable to our well-being. Some may even threaten our preservation in the same way we threaten the well-being of some plants and animals. But we will still need to acknowledge that those states are part of the whole because growth cannot take place without an increase, a movement from less to more. Every incremental change in consciousness, reason, logic, and awareness shows up differently. The increments support the mechanism of growth. If those increments do not exist, there can be no growth. What states of the cosmos make you uncomfortable? What do you reject completely because it feels too dark, too strange, too dense, too scary, too bizarre? What do you label as evil? And I'm not asking whether you want to live in that state. I am asking whether you can accept that it exists as a part of the whole. Acceptance is not the same as endorsement. We accept childhood as a part of human development, but that does not mean we want to remain children forever. Nor can we become adults without passing through childhood. This is how we need to perceive the cosmos, as having different stages through which it develops. This is a full reality of the concept of growth. So, if we're going to move toward oneness, maybe the first step is learning to stop fighting the fact that the cosmos has stages, some of which are dark and bizarre. Refusing to accept this truth perpetuates dualism, a constant fighting between two seemingly opposing forces that are really one force. The truth is that oneness doesn't come from denying the lower states. It comes from understanding that they're a part of the cosmic journey. The cosmos simply is what it is. And as we accept that more fully in ourselves, in others, and in the cosmos, we move closer to a higher state of existence. We accept that the cosmos has a denseness we do not want to participate in, and allow that knowing to motivate us to reach for higher states that we also know exist. If this reflection resonates with you, please like the video and share it with someone who might also find it meaningful. Subscribe to our channel for more insightful reflections. And thank you for watching.